much. Decision 2016 right now. An interesting outcome in Iowa. One tight race and a frontrunner taken down.
Charles Benson joins us live in Des Moines early this morning to tell us how last night's results could help shape the presidential race ahead. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, Vinny and Susan. Yes, Iowa voters have voiced their opinions, and they are sending multiple messages to Wisconsin voters and voters across the country. Let's talk about the Democratic races you talked about. Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, this is the one that kept people up late last night. Too close to call. Clinton is declaring victory, but Sanders is calling it a tie, and the margin here is less than a half a point. Keep in mind, it was Clinton who was expected to win Iowa. For months, people were talking about this race being a coronation. That has not happened. Bernie Sanders has tapped into the anti-establishment voters on the Democratic side. His supporters are calling or referring to Bernie Sanders as feel the burn. Turnout was huge for both camps. I saw a video from one location where voters were standing in a parking lot because there was not enough room inside. Let's flip to the Republican side, and it was a record turnout here in Iowa, a 50% increase. Ted Cruz is your big winner in Iowa, thanks to the evangelical vote. That group makes up 60% of all Republican voters in Iowa, and that certainly helped Cruz. Donald Trump did not get the win he wanted and claimed he would get in the polls. He was hoping to win this one. And now will he be second-guessing himself about that decision to drop out of the last debate in Iowa? He now needs to win in New Hampshire, where he is leading in the polls. Marco Rubio had a good night, a great night, coming in third. How can that be? Well, that's because he exceeded expectations and has positioned himself to be a counter to the Cruz-Trump forces. So, Vinny and Susan, what does this mean for Wisconsin voters? Well, at least on the Democratic side, it looks like it's going to be a very competitive race. Two people there. On the Republican side, the same story. It looks like a battle between three people right now. Certainly that can change. But this coming out of Iowa, the message coming out of Iowa is that people are saying, if you're an establishment candidate, if you're within the establishment party, look out, because people are mad. Vinny and Susan?
Well, Charles, we've sat out here for years talking about results and talking about Wisconsin primary. This year, we don't go until early April, so you have all of February for a lot of things to change between now and then. It's late for us this year.
It is later. You have February, March. You have some big Super Tuesday, a lot of states involved. But as in 08, we saw that Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton were still fighting it out when they came in 2008, when they came to Wisconsin. It was still a battle. So it looks like at this point we could still see a battle in Wisconsin with just about 2 months from the Wisconsin primary.
All right,
Vinny, Susan?
Charles Benson live for us in Iowa this morning. Charles, thanks so much, and safe travels back home.
And voters in